All right, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the CHB Podcast. Today, I've got a very special guest, one that I've been wanting to have on for quite a while. We got Pip Sports over here. How are you, mate? How you going?
What's up, man? What's up, everybody?
Really, he has told me so much about you. Like every time I do a podcast with him, he's like, "Oh, I just got off this podcast with Pip. You should do
Yeah,
one with him." And I've been thinking about it for like ages. And it was like the first time a week ago, I was like, "Yo, we got to get this going, right? We got to make it happen." So
for sure, definitely.
yeah, so I thought we'd talk about the Browns, and as I said earlier, you've got a lot of opinions on Baker Mayfield, right? Like, I've seen your Instagram, you got some opinions on him. What do you think the future is looking like for Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns right now?
Man, he on thin ice with me. I feel like it's really disappointing though because I thought Baker really was the answer though. Like, I'm not saying he's not the answer, but I thought like after his great rookie year, like I thought he was going like be the franchise quarterback. So like it's kind of tough because he was playing through injury. I do kind of understand. But if he don't play good this year, he out of here.
Oh
I
yeah,
think he out of here. It would be surprising that they bring him back. Like really, for real, for real.
yeah. So do you like agree with me? Because I've seen a lot of different Browns fans. They all have a different opinion on what we should do this off season. In my opinion, I really do think we should give Baker just one more year, just see how he goes. I really don't think we should draft a quarterback this year. I I don't think we should go after anyone. I mean, like if Aaron Rodgers was to pop up, then
Yeah,
you'd obviously consider it, right? But I don't know. I just don't feel like there was some people saying we should go after this person, that person. I'm just saying, well, dude, I feel like Baker in his 2020 season, he was honestly better than a lot of the quarterbacks' names that I'm hearing right now. And I just really think that if we can get Baker back to that year, people forget we only lost to Kansas by like how many points? It was really like not that much. One more touchdown, we probably would have had the game. I just think, we were this close. So
yeah,
might as
we
well
was that
run it
close.
back. Yeah. But if like what when it comes to Baker Mayfield though, what would he have to do for like to get an extension with the Browns? Like, what do you think has to happen?
So this the truth. I feel like the Browns, they in a situation where we in a situation where we really can't afford to be taking back seats. That's why we don't want to draft a quarterback. So as far as Baker, what he needs to do to keep his job, I don't think he needs to do as much as people expect because, like, we'd hate to start over at quarterback, but he needs to show that he can go out there and win games himself. I'm really critical of Baker Mayfield. Like, I honestly feel like Baker Mayfield cannot win games unless everything is perfect. Like, we got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt in the backfield. They done gave him an O line. They gave him receivers at the time. They gave him a tight end at the time, and they gave him everything. So like, Kevin Stefanski come over, and he pretty much. I feel like he's hid a lot of Baker Mayfield's flaws. So that's why I feel like he started playing good down the stretch in 2020. But I feel like if he go out there, show he can actually win games by himself without having to depend so much on Nick Chubb and those type of things and rolling out the pocket, which he's known for.
Mm,
I think the defense be saving him too. So I think if he
yeah,
just go out there and show he can really take charge like other quarterbacks, such as the Joe Burrows, the Patrick Mahomes, or something similar to that degree, I think he can keep his job though. Like
yeah.
that's how I feel.
So are you full against drafting a quarterback this year?
Yeah, the quarterbacks this year they suck.
Yep.
The reason they suck. They very suspect. Um, drafting the quarterback would just be it's a waste of a pick, especially first round. I feel like also drafting a quarterback is not on our timetable because we would have to hit big on the quarterback for us to be like playoff and Super Bowl contenders, because you got to develop the quarterback and all that type of stuff, you
Mm.
know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I honestly completely agree. When it comes to even like going after a player in free agency, like so many people, I've heard Russell Wilson's name be
Oh,
like
yeah.
really tied into Cleveland. And I feel like the same people who were suggesting Russell Wilson at Cleveland are also the same guys who were saying, "Oh yeah, this guy's regressed. He's becoming 34 years of age."
Yeah.
They're the same people, but yet they want him to come to Cleveland when, dude, I feel like people don't realize how much different Russell Wilson was this season from his previous seasons. Like, I just don't think he was that as good as what he's previously been. And I don't know if that's necessarily him declining or whatever it may be, but that's Seattle team. I think they've got a lot more problems than what people will like to say. But again, when it comes to the Browns, dude, I'm all in for Baker Mayfield this year. I think people as well forget, dude, he was injured from like round 2 or 3, like practically the whole season. And I think it was, round 1 against Kansas. He played really well. It was, again, I think we lost by like a touchdown, something like that. I could be wrong, but I feel like we were all right.
In the beginning of this season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did play pretty good, even though he threw that pick.
The interception. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Bro, Baker does that every game we play like one of the best teams. Like, we'll be right there, and then bang, interception comes. It's a heartbreaker.
Yeah, the reason why I can't fully blame it on his injury, though, is because, man, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. Like, a lot of them throws was not injury-related. Like, they were straight mental. You're not supposed to be throwing that. Like,
yeah.
I remember he threw a pass deep. It was against Green Bay. It was a deep and double coverage to Donovan Peoples-Jones. He was trying to draw the flag, but it's like that's not a good throw. Like, it was a lot of throws that just really was more mental than I feel like injury-related,
Yeah. He did have a lot of mental stuff going on this season too. But something else that people don't like to talk about. Do you know who the leading receiving who led in receiving yards this year was for the Browns?
I think it was Donovan Peoples-Jones, though. Yeah.
Yeah. People are all blaming this on Baker Mayfield, but like, to be a seriously good team, I feel like your best wide receiver can't be Donovan Peoples-Jones. You know what I mean?
It can't be, but I also feel like, I know our receiving core. This is why I was against trading Odell Beckham Jr. Like, I'm really big on that too.
Yeah. Okay.
The reason why I didn't think we needed to trade him because it wasn't necessarily it was gonna make us worse by default. Like, I understand we would utilize him and stuff, but having him out there is go open up stuff for other people. And if you really utilize him correctly, he can get some too. So
yeah,
that really messed up our receiving corps right there. Like, we had something nice going on.
What do you think's going to happen with our receiving corps? Because I've got big opinions on it. I was actually watching this video on Cleveland.com, and they had like a podcast, and they had 4 guys on there. Mary Kay Cabot was on there, and that,
okay.
yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's not the best, but they actually did say some stuff that I agreed with, and that was, honestly, I think we really need to change the wide receiving corps this year, and I don't think we should bring back Rashad Higgins. It doesn't seem like Stefanski likes him that much. Baker and him just didn't play that good this year. And then there's the other one. So we've already got rid of OBJ, right? Possibly getting rid of Higgins, not bringing him back. The other one is Jarvis Landry. What do you think his future is with the Browns? Because they actually said, I quote, they said, there is no way Jarvis Landry returns to the Browns on $16 million this season. What do you think?
You said 6.8 million?
No, 16 million. That's how much he's making this year.
This is how. So it's kind of gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be hard to really trade him because he only got 1 year left. And he is making a lot. This for sure gonna be his last year. I think they gonna stick it out with him. Let it be this last year because Jarvis really, he's important for the team. Like he helped the locker room. He's a team player. He got skills. He got the hands. Like he's a great guy. Right? He's a great player. I just think this is last year. It's no way he just seen Odell leave, go to the Rams, get a bowl, and he about to just stay here. Like,
yeah.
I don't think he go force his way out or nothing. But if the Browns let him go, it kind of makes sense at the same time because we don't really got that much cap space.
Yeah, they were saying because apparently this year none of his money's guaranteed pretty much, right? So the Browns could legitimately, I don't think if he's got guaranteed money, it's not much. Like it's nowhere near the 16 mil, right? So basically what they were saying is because as well, in the second half of the year when OBJ was cut, apparently he actually skipped on a bunch of interviews. Like he skipped heaps, and they were basically saying that there's clearly stuff that he wants to say, but if he goes out and says it to the media, then it's probably not going to look good on the Browns, this and that. They were saying that they don't think he wants to be here anymore. And if you can cut him right, you can at least save about $13 million. You cut Austin Hooper as well, who I think is on a ridiculous like 11 million or something like that.
Go.
Yeah, and it's not guaranteed this year too. And then they were talking about, I think the other thing was, so if you cut those two players, you'll have a fair bit of cap, or you can probably bring back Clowney. But you could also go out and sign a dude like Mike Williams, who I think we'll get into a little bit later. But would you cut Jarvis Landry to go and get a solid wide receiver who's like much better than him in free agency? Or would you stick it out with Landry for another year, get him to mentor potentially the wide receiver we take in round one, and, you know, keep being a good locker room dude? What would you do when it comes to that? I know it's tough, but these are the decisions Andrew Berry's going to make.
Right. I mean, I'm all in on cutting Hooper though, for sure.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think every Browns fan is. I don't know why he's still on the team.
Yeah, Jarvis though, man. So this is how I really feel about Jarvis. I feel like Jarvis is experiencing the same thing Odell is experiencing here in Cleveland. This is why I be critical of Baker too, but also Stefanski. But we could talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
I feel like Jarvis. I feel like he's better than the stats he put up. I'm not gonna lie. Last season after Odell left, I do feel like his heart wasn't really in it. You know, he wasn't really getting used that much. He just did not look like he was really into the games, you know. So I don't know if he really quit or what. I mean, I know he's a solid dude, so he's not gonna be dramatic about it. But as far as for a team thing, I mean, if we bringing in somebody like Mike Williams, he's younger. I wouldn't specifically go all in on Mike Williams because this is the first year he didn't even stay healthy. Like, it's the first year he even stayed healthy, but he's definitely got the hands. He a big dude. Like, he's big, bro. He like 6'5".
Yeah.
So,
I think he was 193 when I checked. So about 6'3", which is insane. 6'3"? Yeah.
Yeah, his wingspan got to be out of this world.
Oh,
he
yeah.
look big. So, I mean, even somebody like that, like a Chris Godwin or just a better receiver, if it makes sense, I'll be all in on it. You know, I'm still, as long as we ain't doing nothing too crazy, I think that would be fair because he is older. You know, he's not. I mean, he's not the fat. There's a lot of things about Jarvis Landry that we can upgrade from. So, if it makes sense,
yeah. See, the thing with what you said then, I don't think Jarvis Landry's heart is in it anymore. I don't think he wants to necessarily. Well, I think he wants to be in Cleveland, but if he was told like tomorrow, look, we're gonna cut you, we're gonna save ourselves like $12 million, $13 million. You can go and play, wherever you want. I honestly think Landry would 100% accept it. And it also comes into the Browns as well. What I said earlier, you're really like changing the whole entire wide receiver core. Like you're legitimately getting rid of, Rashad Higgins, you get rid of Landry, you get rid of OBJ. And then I think what do we have left? Like Schwartz, Peoples-Jones, definitely still need to go and fill that out. You draft the wide receiver with your first pick. And then a dude like Mike Williams. Now, I don't know if Mike Williams is necessarily the best fit because how Mike Williams plays his game, for those of you who don't know at home, is he's not the type of dude to get separation. Like he's not overall fast. In fact, Landry's been known to not exactly being the fastest wide receiver out there. If you're upgrading Landry for speed, then you're not going after Mike Williams. But Mike Williams, if you can get him on a one-on-one, chances are more than often he's going to beat the guy. Not just that, especially when you throw it to him right, not just that, he has had a chance to get separation before. He did it more, I think, this season than he ever has. The issue is, apparently, he's going to be wanting like $18 million a year. And I don't think the Chargers are going to be willing to offer him that at all because they have a really solid core. And I don't think they want to spend big on a dude like that. But when it comes to the Browns, do you do it? Do you just give Mike Williams the money? Because realistically, that's only a couple million more than Landry's making. And I think he's way ahead of Jarvis Landry at the moment.
He's younger too. I know he's for sure younger.
Yeah, I think he's 26 and Landry's turning 30 this year or something.
You can say I'm just scared of his durability, man.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing. But I like him though. It's just his durability though. But he will be a good person to target though. I'll just be a risk we'll have to take. Yeah. I mean, Jarvis be getting hurt too though. So, but Jarvis don't have to be missing time. He'd be toughening up.
Did you see Bleacher Report? They did a thing and they said like each play going into free agency and the perfect fit. They had Mike Williams at number 3 and his perfect fit was the Browns. So
okay.
Yeah, it's I don't know about it though. It depends how much money the guy, like how much Andrew Berry's willing to give away.
If we get him though, because the thing I don't feel like we take enough opportunities deep. I feel like that was the problem with our receiving core this year. Like even when it came to Odell, like he wasn't getting the 1v1. So, you know, Mike Williams, he drive off 1v1. So like if you bring him here, we have to utilize him. Like it's no excuses, you know?
Yeah. Maybe that's what the Browns are looking at too. Maybe if they draft the wide receiver with like pick 13 or whatever we have, and they say, all right, let's do like something a little bit different than what we've previously done. Let's bring in a guy who's extremely fast in the draft, bring in a dude that can 100% get separation from, a player, draw a safety over to him or something like that, meaning then you'd have Mike Williams down the field on a one-on-one, no safety near him. Could you imagine that? Like, that would be a threat. And I still feel like Peoples-Jones is an underrated player. Like, if Peoples-Jones goes from our number 1 option this season to our number 3 next season, I feel like we're going to be in a lot better shape than what we were this year. So I wouldn't be against getting Mike Williams. It's just, again, I don't feel like he's the first option on a team, and 18 million, you're basically paying that money for a first option. I think we got to hope that whatever wide receiver we draft can eventually overtake him. So I'm not too sure though. I haven't really looked too much in the wide receiving department in the draft. Do you know anything about that? Do you have like any idea on who we maybe draft?
So a few favorites I've heard for the first round at least was Drake London. I don't know if he's similar to Mike Williams. So
oh really?
Yeah, he's similar to Mike Williams. He went to USC. He definitely get the contested catches, just doesn't really get the separation it looked like on the highlights. But he got hands for sure. Then I heard about Jamison Williams. He was the receiver that tore his ACL at Alabama. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of us picking him because, we in win now mode. We can't afford to be waiting on a dude to come back next year. We need somebody now. So I wouldn't want him. Then there's a few O State receivers.
Yeah, I heard there's an Ohio State receiver. He's like the best receiver in the class, isn't he?
Yeah.
I've seen some Browns say we should trade up to get him.
Yeah, it's the one that a lot of people are saying is I think his name Chris Aleve or something like that. That's his
Olave or something.
Olave, yeah.
Bro, I thought that was a 2K character. I don't know why. I already had that name in my head.
Sure. Yeah, but he's nice though. He got speed. He's good at route running. He can catch. I like Garrett Wilson kind of a little bit better because his hands. His highlights look better, man. His highlights look better.
True.
But highlights look a little bit better. So I really don't know. I just don't. If we was this, it depends on what our plans are in free agency as far as who we go draft. So
yeah.
But we definitely need receiver at number 1. And then there's another sleeper. He's like a late round dude. His name is like Sky London. A lot of people are talking about him on Twitter. He went to this college called, I think it's Western Michigan or something like that.
Right.
The same college that Corey Davis went to. He a cool little dude. Definitely needs some development, but he a cool little dude. Cool dude.
Do you think the Browns would? What are the chances of us taking 2 receivers in this draft? Do you think we take one in the top picks and one in the lower?
I think I will go receiver first round and maybe third round, maybe. It all depends on free agency, but I think we do need to fill that void. So I would definitely need at least 2 receivers.
Yeah.
we did just draft Schwartz last year. You know, he's a speed guy. I don't know what their plans is for him.
Oh,
I feel like they utilized him a little better.
Schwartz is he's such a tough player to watch, dude, because he pulls out like Baker will throw it in the right position. He'll like crap himself. He'll be like, oh, there's a defender right there. I'm getting the hell out of here. He did that like twice last season. It was like, oh man, it's so tough. They were saying what we need to do is wide receiver, defensive tackle, another edge rusher, kicker, obviously. So that's 4.
Sure.
Yeah, and possibly another wide receiver. That's 5. So that's 5 picks right there. Because what do we have? We have, if we bring back Clowney, we got Clowney and Garrett. And didn't we have McKinley as well? Was he our other edge rusher? Yeah. But didn't he get injured or something? So he won't be back. So yeah, we probably need to draft someone in like the 3rd or 4th, probably from there.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too. It's crazy with the Rashard Higgins though. I mean, Rashard Higgins is a fan favorite. I do feel like they don't really like him that much for some reason. I think he got some skill. I think he'll be good for depth. Like every time he does go out there, they throw it to him, he does kind of catch the ball, you know.
I think we'd only bring him back if like we just said, all right, maybe we didn't get a wide receiver in free agency. We got to draft 2 now. We got to bring one because you're not going to roll into next season with only like 4 wide receivers most likely on your roster, right? So you'd probably look at maybe bringing back a dude like Rashard Higgins coming in. But you know, on the Austin Hooper thing, I actually like struggle to find the point of Austin Hooper on the team because he's overall he can't get separation. He's a decent catcher, but like the thing with Austin Hooper is I feel like they mainly brought him in for blocking. And honestly, he just didn't do it that well this year. But then you got a dude like David Njoku who, God, he's not a blocker. Like he's not going to do that for you. But I feel like Njoku, in the limited time that he got this year, was actually pretty solid, like down the stretch. You know, it's just that the injuries with Njoku and why I think we just can't give him big amount of money. But if we can bring Njoku back on cheaper than what we originally signed Hooper for, would you explore that? Would you bring back David Njoku on that type of money?
Yeah, I want him back because his hands just a tad bit suspect too, but he got better. He make big plays though. Like Hooper don't make big plays, so I think he'll be good for our pass catcher. He's definitely faster and everything. Hooper, his
leap is insane as well.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely want to bring him back, especially if we cut Hooper. It only would make sense. Yeah, Hooper, man, I don't like him, bro. I remember last year we had the COVID situation going against the Jets, and we kept throwing him the ball. He was dropping everything. Like, he be dropping a lot of passes.
I think I remember that game. That was when we lost to the Jets, wasn't it? That was disappointing.
We like 55 times, knowing we ain't had no receivers. Like, it just be dumb stuff like that going on too, man.
Yeah. I think overall, I really do think we could have a really solid free agency. Like, if we can bring in Mike Williams, who I know people are saying is not good for Cleveland, but honestly, if we can bring in a really speedy receiver with our first selection and Mike Williams on top of that, I can't see why that wouldn't work. Like, if Baker Mayfield is struggling with Mike Williams, a speedy receiver, and Donovan Peoples-Jones, that's got to be on Baker Mayfield or the coaching or something. Like, clearly something would have to then change because I feel like that core would be pretty good. Plus, with David Njoku in there at tight end or something, you got dudes who can play. So, I don't know. And what do you think about Clowney? How much would you bring him back for? Because I saw someone the other day, his estimated price, I think, was 14 to 16 million a year, which is like 4 million more than what we signed him for this year. So, how much would you bring him back for?
That's not bad. You say 14. I would aim low, like 14. I would try to even give him like 12 for real, 10.
Yeah.
Just because he just injury prone, and he even proved that last year he was injury prone. So that's really the thing with him. He's not really a big sack guy, but he's a good run stopper for sure, and he definitely can pressure the quarterback. So he definitely somebody I want to bring back. You look at the top DNs in the league, though, they making about 20. They pushing like 20, almost 30 million, though. I think Myles Garrett making like high 20s.
Yeah, so, 25 mil a year, I think it is.
Yeah, so you're getting Clowney to complement Garrett for only 12, 14 million, I think that's pretty much a good deal, man. Like, to keep it a buck.
Yeah. So many
Yeah.
teams are going to be offering him that deal, though. I hope he realizes that, like, what he's got in Cleveland is good. Like, just to be that second option. Look, you might get a couple million more to go be the first option on another team, but, like, we've seen what happened when he was the first option on the Titans for that little amount of time that he played there. It didn't work out. So he should realize, hold on a second, I don't think I'm where I should be in my career possibly, but, you know, in terms of skill level and the injuries defeating what he could have been. But I still feel like as a second option guy making that amount of money and not having the pressure and stress on you that he would as the first, you got to come back, right? But it's just, how are we going to sign? It's going to be interesting how we sign all these guys. That's why I think Landry is going to get cut. Because there's no way we bring in Williams, Njoku, and Clowney all in free agency. I don't think we're going to have the cap to do that. Someone's got to go. Plus, if Baker balls out this season, he's going to want an extension. True. I don't think it's looking good for Jarvis Landry, to be honest.
Yeah, it's making more sense now to let him go for those reasons, though. Yeah, especially Baker, though. I mean, even though they would pay him after the season, but it's making sense, though, because the money that we use for Odell, we spent that on the lineman. So, you know, the O-lineman at least. So, yeah, we definitely need some more money, though.
Yeah, they were saying there's another guy that might be getting cut. I forgot. Is it JC Treader? He's on like 10 million too. I think they were saying we've got another backup center. I can't remember who it was, but they reckon we've got a backup center who wouldn't be as good as Treader, but could do a decent job. I can't remember who said this. It was one of the dudes on Cleveland.com, but I don't know if we don't need to cut JC Treader, I'm probably not doing it. You know what I mean?
Who's the backup center, though? That's what I'm trying to.
That's what I want to know. I can't remember. Oh, let me search it up.
Yeah.
But would you, if we had a dude that could come in, would you think about cutting JC Treader or
10 mil for a lineman, though? I don't think that's really bad. He do good, though. I think they got good chemistry on that line too when they're healthy. So, like,
yeah,
I don't think that's what I want to mess up. And I do think that we still bringing back our offensive line coach. He's the best coach, the best offensive line coach in the league. So, like,
I hope he comes back. Is it Nick Harris? Was he the dude that we brought in that was actually all right?
We drafted him like 2 years ago. I saw him play some guard. He was all right.
Yeah,
he was all right.
Would you what do you think about that then? Because like he's actually, I reckon he's pretty solid. So if you were to save $10 million on JC Treader, bring in Harris, maybe draft another center or something like that. Because is Harris ready to make that next step? That's the thing.
He's undersized too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if the coaches know he ready, then I mean it kind of makes sense though. That's how the game goes. So like if they know he ready, it makes sense. I mean, really, on the O line, you really want to take care of the outside tackles the most. Like you can really throw an average dude in the interior and he'll be okay. So like,
that's what I'm saying too. Is 10 million too much for a center? Because I think that's what JC Treader's on. It's like Harris, what would he be on? Only a couple million. You draft another dude, couple million. It's just like, well, centers are replaceable, but like your right guards, left guards, that's where you're like, ooh, you want to we've already got money into them. White Taller's like a dude that's on a fair bit now, but he's a great player. I really like White Teller.
Yeah, he was a few.
Yeah, I hope he stays healthy this season because, like, geez, he's important to the team.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when he pull it, man, he be glad dudes out.
Yeah.
But that center spot, I really personally feel like center is more important than the guards because you snap at the ball and you got to block. So the center, you can't play around with that center spot, but you really can't play around with them outside. So if the coaches think he ready, I'll be all in on the move, man. I'll be all in.
Yeah. It's crazy how much the Browns roster could change. Like, so many players are on the hot seat, like Landry, Hooper. I don't know if Trader is, but apparently the people at Cleveland.com think he is. So many of these other guys. Rashad Higgins as well, probably. I don't know. I really don't think he's going to get brought back unless, like, we just sucked in free agency and couldn't get anyone at all. But
Yeah.
I'm interested to see the turnaround that this Browns team goes for, and if we I think we still got a more than our own picks this year too. I think we got a future pick from someone last year as well, if I'm right. So we could be going into this draft with like 7 picks.
Yeah. I think we
Solid
might have
picks.
got a second round pick or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Could be wrong. It could be later on, but I think we both think there's got some pick around here, right? But moving on. Is there any last things you want to say about the Browns? Like any projections maybe? What do you think is going to happen? Because honestly, I think if everything goes well, we could be like a 11-6 type team, something like that, which I think could definitely get us to the playoffs. I'm hoping so, at least. What do you think?
To me, honestly, man, I feel like we can be good. I mean, we still have pretty much a lot of the same core besides the receiver position. I feel like if we go out there and do our job in the offseason, we can definitely get back on track. But we definitely got to make some adjustments. Like, I feel like Stefanski had, I think he had not a down year, but like he wasn't as, because he did have some of the same problems his first year. I'm not saying like, I'm not saying get rid of him, but I don't like sometimes play calling. I feel like sometimes he coaches stuff out of a few games. I also feel like he doesn't really utilize the offense to its potential. Like, I feel like our offense could be way better. Like, our efficiency last year was really trash. So we just need to be able to go out there, hit dudes in the mouth, close out games. It seems like every time the Browns up, we want to give everybody a fair chance to win, man. That's really corny. Like, I want to just – people been beating crap. Yeah. People been beating the shit out of us for decades, bro. We need to be going out there showing no remorse. Give everybody beat. We just need to get the beat on everybody, bro. So we go out there, just close out games, so we don't have to stress in the fourth quarter every week. Get a kicker.
Get a kicker.
We didn't have a kicker in like 4-5 years, bro. So we need a kicker. I don't care if they draft about 2 of them.
We had like 3 kickers this year, didn't we? We just we were shuffling around kickers. It was crazy. I agree with you though on Stefanski. Stefanski, dude, he can be such a good coach in the league. That's why I think the upside on Stefanski could legitimately be like a top 5 coach in the league. But he makes the wrong calls, and he honestly sometimes just like the wrong plays. Like when we need to run the ball, this dude will go out and get Baker passing it to Donovan Peoples-Jones or Anthony Schwartz. Like, obviously our receiving core isn't great, but you'd think that by then we'd probably run the ball more, but then it's just not working. And then when we play a team that's like good against the run and we need to throw it, this dude starts running the ball all game. Like I have this issue with Stefanski. He doesn't seem to know the time and place on when to run and when to pass. But if you got him Mike Williams, you got him a speedy receiver, this and that, maybe that changes, maybe it helps out a little better. I'm interested to see if we pass or run more next season, because I feel like some people say we passed too much this season. Some people say we ran too much this season. I think we were just all over the shop this season. What do you think? Yeah. Do you think we run more next year, or do you think we pass it if we get some good receivers in?
I think you got to balance it out for the day's league.
Yeah, I think so too.
But you got to roll with what works though. Like, we a running team. The players was even saying it. Like, that's really not a good look on the coach and the people that's really responsible for the plays. They know we need to be running the rock. Like, we had players on Twitter that wasn't playing. I think 1 week it was like.
I remember that. I remember.
Yeah. They said
John Johnson. John Johnson said, "Run the ball." We tweeted it out.
Yeah, that's not a good look for the team. Like, I don't know. Like, Nick Chubb could be averaging like 8 yards a play. He goes just passing. Then we get to the red zone. I said we'd be like on the 2-yard line. First play, second play, we'll pass the ball. Like, bro, just run the ball. I mean, he's making this harder than what it is. Or we'll try to get cute, try to throw it to a lineman or do some reverse type stuff. Like, just be simple, man. Like, just be simple. Like, so yeah, we need to work on closing games out, and I feel like we need to be healthy on defense, and I feel like we need to be consistent on defense this year too.
Oh, the other thing we might do, I forgot to mention, we might be drafting a backup QB though in this draft class, like later on. Because apparently we might be cutting Case Keenum because I think he's on 8 million non-guaranteed as well, 7 million or something like that, and he needs to go unless there's a team that wants to like a trashy team that needs a backup quarterback in the draft that would be like, all right, we'll give you a future 6th round pick. And no, we'd give you a future 5th rather, and you give us a future 6th in Case Keenum. Something like that could happen. But other than that, I think this dude's getting cut. I don't think we're gonna find a trade for him unless like some team gets hella desperate. Because again, Stefanski does not seem to like Keenum. Like even when Baker was like his shoulder and whatever he had other going on was like completely dead, he'd still play Baker with like one arm in over Keenum. So that's a bad sign.
Yeah, I think he liked him though. I just think he was just being stupid. Just to keep it honest, because he was rolling with Case Keenum in Minnesota. Like he had his best years with Stefanski in Minnesota. So I just feel like they really was trying to see what Baker was about, and I think Baker just was not trying to sit down. Like I feel like they baby Baker a little bit here, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, moving on from the Browns now. I think we've talked about everything we can there. What do you think's going on with Aaron Rodgers? Where do you think he's going to go?
Okay. I think Aaron Rodgers, man, I don't even want to hear nothing he really got to say. Like, bro, you done been to the playoffs every year. You done had a pretty good squad. It's like he do lights out in the regular season, and he gets to the playoffs and just lose. Like, not this playoff that passed, but really this playoff is bad too. I'm gonna come back to that. But the year before, when he played against Brady was giving him the game. Like, Brady was giving him the game, and Rodgers just missing so many throws. That's why I wasn't really a fan of all the drama he was doing in the offseason, complaining about how they brought in Jordan Love and crying and all that stuff. Like, but he had enough. This year, I feel like he had a better team. They had a first-round bye. Like, you don't get no better than that. You go out there and lose to the team you supposed to beat hands down. So, Aaron Rodgers, I don't know. I think he in his feelings. He might be contemplating doing some Jeopardy or something. I don't know. I think he all over the place.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
But I think he might be all over the place. But I mean, I feel like if he leave Green Bay, it'll kind of be stupid for him.
Oh, really?
It'll be stupid. I think it'll be a tad bit stupid. There's other teams that would take him, but like, man,
I feel like
he was saying 49ers.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good fit for him.
49ers. I feel like you can't. I feel like you can't take him on the 49ers if you've taken Trey Lance at pick 3. You know.
True. Trey Lance don't look ready though, but
yeah. Well, why did they take him at pick 3? Why did they trade up for a guy they could have gotten at like 15? I don't comprehend it. Like I don't understand.
I don't know if Trey Lance was gonna slip that low, to be honest, because he did have some hype around his name. But I guess they were just so focused on him replacing Jimmy G, and I guess they ended up letting Jimmy G finish the year out. So apparently he wasn't ready for Jimmy G.
Apparently they're looking to trade Jimmy G as well. So I don't know where he goes, but I feel like everyone's saying the Denver Broncos for Aaron Rodgers, and why do I see Aaron Rodgers, though, going potentially to the Dolphins? Why could I see that happening? Like, why is that on my mind that Aaron Rodgers would do a Tom Brady and go to Florida?
Man, if he went to the Dolphins, that'd be done for real, for real. I'd rather stay in the situation and go to the Dolphins. And they just fired their coach.
Yeah. But I can see it, though. Like, why can I see it happening? Like,
why?
I don't know. It's just on my mind. Like, I can see Aaron Rodgers going to the Dolphins for some reason. Like, it's just there. But I don't know. Some people have also brought up the Steelers. Like, I actually think the Steelers would be a really interesting team for him to go to. Like, they've got receivers here and there as well. You got Chase Claypool that's right there.
Right.
Juju, I think they'll bring back. I don't know. They only brought him back on a 1-year deal. So,
hey, Juju blocked me on Instagram.
Oh, you're kidding?
I swear to God.
All right, give us a story time. What's going on? Why'd you get blocked?
So I hopped in his DMs because he was talking trash on the Browns.
Oh.
And I think I show it to you while I'm talking. I'm going to go to the Steelers. I know they be tagging him, but he definitely blocked me. But I basically hopped in his DM saying Corvette, and saying he was trash. And I think I called him. I called him trash. Like, I said something crazy, not too crazy, but then I woke up the next day. I clicked on his profile. I couldn't even see his stuff, man.
Couldn't say it. Dude, I've got a similar story with one of my mates. Like, my mate is a big New York Knicks fan, right? He was trolling about 2 years ago. Went into Julius Randle. You know who Randle is, right? Went into his DMs.
Yeah.
And next day he was blocked, bro. From Julius Randle. Like, what a weird player to
Randle
be blocked from. Yeah.
to where Drew Randle though. I like Drew Randle though, man. But
Yeah.
they be in his head these days, man.
Yeah. He blocked my mate. Like, that's so funny to me.
That's crazy, yeah. But it's on here somewhere.
Bro, Juju, what a little. Oh, dude, that just makes me so angry. Like, what is his issue, bro? Like, saying the Browns are the Browns and gets absolutely demolished. And then he's still talking shit after getting demolished. And he goes and blocks you and blocks probably other people as well. I feel like we're low-key in his head now. We are low-key in this guy's head.
Yeah, everybody in his head. Yeah, Juju, he a cool dude, but he's just not the receiver everybody thought he was gonna be. He just like a cool like number 2 dude, like a slot dude.
Yeah.
He was dancing on logos and everything. But the Steelers though will be a good fit for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, man, I feel like any quarterback that's a top quarterback should consider going there because they already got a solid system. It's a winning organization, even though we don't rock with the Steelers. But it's a winning organization. They got a good running back. They just need to work on the O-line.
Can you imagine how insane our division would be? Like, having Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Joey Burrow right there. And then there's Baker Mayfield with his torn ass shoulder or whatever he's got going on.
Yeah, sadly. It's just that if I'm Aaron Rodgers or any quarterback, I'm making them upgrade that O-line because that O-line was horrible.
Where do you think, honestly, if he was to leave the Packers, where would he go?
I think Denver was really a serious favorite. Denver they just underachieved this year. They got talent. If I was him, I would go to Denver or San Francisco.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Denver have the cap for him and Devontae Adams too, which is scary.
I think
they've got a lot of cap. Yeah. Where would Adams go, though, if they couldn't? Because Adams on that Bleacher Report thing, they said the best fit for him to go to would be to go play with Derek Carr on the Raiders.
I don't really like how the Raiders use their receivers. I think the Raiders trying to be like the Chiefs. You see they drafted Henry Ruggs, even though he out the league now, but I think they had Aguilar over there for 1 year. I think they trying to be like the Chiefs a little bit. They never really have a top receiver though, but if he went there, I guess it'd be cool. I remember he had Amari Cooper. He had like 1 good year and that was it. I wouldn't go there if I was him though.
What do you mean by the Raiders trying to be like the Chiefs?
So like you know how the Chiefs they do all the speed receivers, like they got Nicole Hardman, Hill. I think they're on that wave, and I think a lot of teams are starting to try to get on that wave. I don't know if you noticed the Dolphins. What's his name? Devontae Smith was really supposed to be the best receiver in the class last year. Yeah, but they passed on him for the speed. So I just started to see that trend around. But I know the Raiders, they kind of making it obvious that's what they want to do, and plus they kind of be. Well, Mac Mayock, whatever his name is, the dude that he be doing like analysis, like draft analysis and stuff like that. He was their GM, so I think he was kind of trying to be too smart at the same time, but he ain't gonna be there no more, so I don't know what they gonna be doing.
Yeah, I think Josh Jacobs for the Raiders. Yeah. I feel like he's a seriously underrated running back. I remember when we played him like a year or so ago, and that guy was insane. Like, he went head-to-head with Kareem Hunt. I think he almost got the better of him. Like, I really do think Josh Jacobs is a really solid player.
Yeah, I think Josh Jacobs is underrated, but he just failing to take that leap. Like, they be trying to give him the ball. They had Gruden, an old head over there. Gruden, he like running the rock a lot. That's what a lot of old dudes do. So it was just kind of disappointing to see him not take that leap. So I don't know. He definitely got some skill though, but I don't
Yeah,
know,
they
man.
did. They did pass on Devontae Smith. I forgot he even went to the Eagles. I think it's just because I don't care about the Eagles enough to understand that even happened. Like, completely forgot. I feel like the Eagles are just something about their team, dude. It's just, I don't know. I can never get hype around them. Like, especially with their QB Jalen Hurts. I just can't. Something about it, I don't know. But yeah, they were saying, I think the Eagles, they were saying, could be pretty big in free agency this year. They could go after a couple players. So I'm
They
interested to see where they go. Would Aaron Rodgers goes to the Eagles? Imagine.
That'll be wild, man.
That would be funny as.
He better go there. He better not go there.
Dude, where's Mitch Trubisky gonna go? Because I saw someone on a hot take on TikTok the other day. I think it was just trolling, but he said hot take: Mitch Trubisky goes to the Colts and leads them to the playoffs. Could you imagine that? Like,
that'd be crazy. Mitch Trubisky, though. I feel like Mitch Trubisky gave up going to the Bills. Like, that was kind of weird. Like, you really just accepting the backup role at this point. Like, I feel like he could have went somewhere else and competed for a starting job. Mitch trash though, but he was playing better before he left the Bears, like at the end of the year. But
do you think he had a choice on where to go? Because I don't know if many teams wanted him.
He had a choice. He rushed to go to the Bills. Like, I don't know if he did that for a learning experience or what. But if I'm Mitch Trubisky, I went number 1 overall, and I know it's teams out there that need a quarterback. I'm trying to go somewhere and start. That's just me. Like, I don't know.
Where would Trubisky go now? Because there are teams out there that do need a guy. Like the Panthers, oh my God, dude, I would have like a full stroke trying to see their QB position, bro. Like they had like 4 QBs last year. Like, I don't even know what they're thinking of doing. But I don't know.
Thought Cam Newton was about to turn up. Cam Newton came there, was trash. Like, he had one cool game, but
yeah,
after that, it was raps. The Panthers would be a good look for him. Because Sam Darnold, man, he fooled us. He was playing good in the beginning, then he just started going back to his old ways. That made me mad, man. I had him in fantasy and everything.
Yeah, I did say that. He had like a bunch of rushing touchdowns, didn't he? To start the season off, he had like 5 rushing touchdowns or something like that.
I think he might have. I don't know.
I can't remember what he did, but he was pretty good at the start of the season, right?
He was.
Yeah.
And then I think the Colts, like you were saying, would be a good fit for him because they don't got nobody. Houston, if you want to try to take somebody's spot, that'd be a cool spot.
What's their QB's name again? Is it Logan Mills or something like that? Is that his name?
David Mills.
David Mills, that's it. I don't know if he'll be there for long. He's not.
Yeah, I don't know. He did all right last year, but I don't know what they're gonna do either because they gotta trade Watson somewhere. And ain't no good quarterbacks out there, so I don't know what they got planned. But
there were rumors about Watson the other day going to a team, but I can't remember what team that was. Like real big rumors that some team was interested. I'm sure if I search it up right now,
might have been the Vikings.
Who was it? Sorry,
it might have been the Vikings. I know he expressed interest in going to the Vikings a few days ago.
Really? Could have. Oh, it was the Oh, dude, am I gonna repeat this out loud? The Commanders, the football team. Yeah. The Washington Commanders, bro.
I don't know why he would want to go there, but Washington. Well, let me. Washington really a slept on team. They a slept on team. They just can't close out games.
Yeah.
I guess it'd be a decent fit though. They just need some more receivers. Terry McLaurin can't do everything, man. You know
what happens if you say Washington Redskins now? Is that like considered racist? Like I don't know what the go is with that.
Not in my eyes, man. I be slipping up saying it sometimes, but the football team grew up. I was used to saying the football team.
Yeah,
I was used to saying it though. I was used to it, but this Commander stuff, I'm gonna have to get used to that though.
It's a weird name. I don't know. The Guardians is a weird name too, but like to put that into perspective, that was a big downgrade going from the Cleveland Indians to the Cleveland Guardians. That hurt to my brain.
Yeah, they had to do it though, man. But yeah, I forgot about that too.
Yeah, I don't know if people even call them the Guardians. They're just going to be forever known as like the Cleveland Indians, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. I'm about to say something. I'm about to say, the Lions too. Don't sleep on the Lions, bro. I know they trash. I know they've been trash forever. But the Lions, bro, they on the rise, bro.
You think
They
so?
was playing good. They was playing good last year. They just couldn't close out games either. But they was playing good, man.
Who's going to be QB for the Lions next year?
Shit, they might. I think they still got Jared Goff. So
they do, yeah.
They might rock out with him. I don't know.
Is Jeff Okudah any good? I remember they took him a couple years back, but I don't know.
Hey, I made a film.
I don't know.
What's film? He
Wait, you did a what?
I made a film breakdown on him. He garbage though. I ain't gonna lie. He garbage.
Yo, really?
He was garbage his rookie year. I don't really believe in him. I think he another Eli Apple.
That is disrespectful, dude. Nah, Eli Apple. I kind of feel bad for Eli Apple, man. Like,
don't.
I feel bad. I feel bad for the guy. Like, he got torn apart. I was watching Cooper Kupp just like tear this man apart, single-handedly destroying this man's career. It was honestly tough to watch.
He asked for that though. You don't get on Twitter talking about your old team and then talking about this other city and that other city and not expect, like, come on, you're not good. Like the stats say you're not good, bro. Like, they say he's not good.
Man,
we're Cup towards him at the end, though, man. He deserved that.
Yeah, it hurt.
Nonsense.
Yeah, it hurts to watch. But if on the Devontae Adams thing again, dude, if you were to say he wasn't going to go with Aaron Rodgers, what team would Devontae Adams go to?
I'd love to take him here, but I don't
the Browns. Nah, probably not.
Good team for him. So the thing is, I don't know if I can see him playing without Aaron Rodgers, but if he went to another team, the quarterback definitely got to be legit. What you thinking?
I think, look, I like Derek Carr, but you've just said basically that you don't think they're going to necessarily pass it to him enough. I also question sometimes how they go about that. But I mean,
I think the Chiefs will be a good fit for him.
They've got no cap. Yeah, that's what I was about to say though. I think the Patriots would actually be solid, but they don't have any cap either.
I don't want them to go there because for some reason they're not really big on big receivers. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't want him to go there. The Chiefs don't got the cap. The Vikings don't need them. The Saints need them. It just depends on if you want to put faith
on Jameis Winston or something like that.
Yeah, another spot would be that he could come in and take Mike Williams' spot for the Chargers.
That is true. If Mike Williams dips off to Cleveland, Chargers would actually be a solid team, eh?
Yeah, everybody else though, I don't look like from the teams I'm looking at right now, don't look like they really. I don't like they really would want to like. I don't know.
How much cap do the Colts have?
Oh, the Colts could use them. They just don't got the quarterback.
Yeah, because Colts always they're always like right there. They just need that QB in the last couple of years. But I mean, if you're Devontae Adams and your pitch is Mitch Trubisky or someone like that, that's probably not going to happen, right?
No. But yeah, those some of the options though. I think teams were willing to take rather what they got going on, and I would rather go get them though. Well, would love to go get them. So we'll have to see. But I would like to see him keep going with Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers, the chemistry with him is just unmatched, bro.
I agree. All right, last question I've got for you, Tom Brady. So there's been a lot of rumors about him. Some people saying that he retired early just to get away from Tampa Bay. Apparently, the Bruce Arians they weren't connecting, and there's been a lot of the issues with Antonio Brown, kind of like saying that players didn't like him. He would abuse players in the locker room. Bruce Arians, not Tom Brady. And that this and that was happening. Do you think Tom Brady could potentially come back one day, or is this done? Door is closed. He's not coming back.
So that's how I feel. I don't think it was Bruce Arians as far as the players. because Bruce Arians is a player's coach. He's known for being a player's coach. So I doubt like it was a real problem with the coaches. I mean, with the players and him. I think he just had that one little situation with Antonio Brown. But it was kind of weird how he retired just all of a sudden. Like he was just talking last year about how he want to play till like 50 or something like that. So what I really think is, I think his wife and his kids talked to him like, man, you've been playing forever. Come be a dad. Like, you know, they want to be out there. Like, that's what I really think it is. I think he really done. I think he done. I don't really see no need for him to come back. His legacy solidified. He's old. He's old. You feel me? In the sports world. So I think he need to sit down and just chill, man. You know, like that's how I feel.
I wonder though.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I wonder though if like some team next year's got some crackdowns, like the best defense in the league, best wide receivers, best O-line, but they need a QB. I wonder if that team out there, whoever it may be, maybe next year, gives him a ring and just says, "Hey mate, we'll give you all this cash. Come play just for a year contract. See how you go." And you know, just see what happens. I wonder if that would like entice him or something like that. I don't know what team that would be. Maybe it's the Browns. Maybe we've got a B-Stars team next year, but we don't. Baker's just trash. Maybe something like that happens. But I think the door's closed for now. But possibly something could potentially happen. But is there anything else you want to say? Like any last things about the Browns you want to bring up, or are you cool? We talked about it all.
How you feel about Greedy Williams?
Oh, okay. That's interesting, eh? It's a tough one. I feel like, I mean, we've got a lot of corners, right? Like, we've got some solid corners. Denzel Ward's obviously that dude. But Greedy Williams is another dude that just needed to take that next step, right? That just never, he hasn't due to injury, didn't really play a whole lot this year. I think it's his 4th year now. We've still got that corner that we drafted. I forgot his name for some reason.
Talking about Greg Newsome.
Yeah, Greg Newsome. Yeah, he was solid this year. And then they still brought in Troy Hill on like a decent amount of money, and he didn't play as much as what I thought they might have played him last year. They had Troy Hill doing the weirdest things. I remember this one play. Like, it was more than one player last year. They had Troy Hill doing like, he slotted in as a safety for like 2 of these plays, and he wasn't like actually playing safety, but he sacked the QB 2 times. And I was like, who the hell is this guy? Why is he not on tight ass coverage on some wide receiver? He's just out here getting sacks. I can't remember how they like ran that play, but yeah. Grady's a weird one because he's like 3rd in line at the moment, but they've still got Troy Hill there, so.
He really 4th in line because Troy Hill was really playing higher than him. And then Greg Newsome took his spot, man. I think every time he was out there, whether it's because people getting a breather or injuries, I think he just did not really perform as good. Like, he had a few picks, but he was getting beat. They was targeting him. They thought he was sweet. So, I don't know, man.
What injury did he have? I can't remember because if it was bad, maybe he's lost some leg speed or something like that.
No, he had like a shoulder injury last year. I think it re-aggravated this year.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, he was dealing with some shoulder stuff, man. But I think his leg's cool, man. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I didn't see what the injury was. I was assuming it was maybe a leg or something like that. But I don't know. Maybe I hope he steps up because we need him. Like, we've always got injuries to our corners. Like, Denzel Ward I feel like he can never stay 100% healthy. And I don't know what the hell they're doing. Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, we forgot about that.
I don't know what the hell they're doing with Troy Hill as well. Like, he's just an all over the shop player. I don't know. Troy Hill reminds me of J.R. Smith for some reason. Just like
for real.
that like out there kind of guy that just is all over the place. I don't know. He's kind of like that for me, but yeah, I don't know. Greg Newsome's an interesting one, but you know, I'd really like to thank you for coming on this podcast. I had a lot of fun. Really wanted to do an NFL one for so long, so it's been so good to do this. But yeah, you know, go subscribe to Pip's channel. Hopefully, I'll remember the link in the description down below. It'll be on the Clips channels, this and that. So that'll be really cool. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Leave a like. Comment your thoughts and opinions on anything we said. We'd really like to hear what you guys have to say. And yeah, anything else you want to say, mate?
Oh, no, that's it, man. Just don't forget to subscribe, man.
Yeah, there you go. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Through the wastelands, through the highways, and